what time it is? P. Kill beat. Come on.
I dem mad oh, I dey go crazy. I dem mad oh, because she's moving too sexy. Met this girl up in the club where I hook up asking name oh. She dey move too sexy with her body where she don't maintain no. African lady, as I dey touch she know they complain no. Make we do some dancing where she throw that thing pon me. She dey make her dey go because of that thing no. She dey make her dey go crazy. We dey love that body shape oh. She dey make her dey go because of that thing no. She dey make her dey go crazy. We dey love that body shape oh. Now swing for me, my African lady. Bring it on me, 'cause I dey like how you whine it. Now swing for me, my African lady. Say bring it on me, 'cause I dey like how you whine it. Ghana baby oh, oh yeah, baby oh, oh yeah, lady oh, oh yeah, lady oh, oh yeah, baby oh, oh yeah, baby oh, oh yeah. Say come, oh yeah.
Emotionally, psychologically, economically, and biologically, sexually, dramatically, and structurally.
schools coming. So if you can just move out of this lane for us. Let's join you. Please. Please, we have visitors from other two schools. So from the dining hall of Ghana Secondary School here in Tamale. My name is Mrs. Efwa Chidi, and I will be coordinating this event with Kweku Odro, KOD for short. We have in our midst also Vitting Secondary School. We are expecting students from the Dabokpa students later on during the program. Once again, welcome to Kesmi 107.1 FM. At this point in time, I would like to invite the school imam of GHANASCO to give us the opening prayer.
Kesmi FM.
All our authorities abundantly make this a program and continuous charity for them. Also their personal grace for them. As people like Jesus and wisdom, and masters of what abundantly prayers and اللهم ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Chairperson, I would like to acknowledge a few dignitaries here in our midst. Mr. B.A. Bota, who is the chairman of the Pharmaceutical Society and Northern Regional Branch. Next name is Mr. Matthew Pipio of Basic Needs Ghana. I have Mr. A.I.A. Razak, Assistant Headmaster of GHANASCO. Next name is Mr. Ababio Guamakris from the Tamale Teaching Hospital. And last but not the least, Dr. Mohamed Flori from the Tamale Teaching Hospital and Media.
Thank you. The organizers, Kesmi FM, colleague teachers, ladies and gentlemen here in Ghana, students, ladies and gentlemen, I consider it a great honor to introduce the chairman for this August occasion. August because it concerns the underprivileged of our society. And in consultation with my colleagues and the organizers, we've decided on one and only one person. This personality started his secondary education in Ghana Senior High School from 1974 to 79. And went to Dabokpa College of Education from 1979 to 1982. He was not satisfied with the knowledge he gathered there. He moved on to the University of Ghana, Legon, from 1989 to 91. He came back and went to the University of Education, Winneba, from 1979 to 99. After having gone through all this, he started his teaching career in Yankala Continuation Middle School from 1982 to 87.
I know all the students here were not born by then. In preparation to teach you, your brothers and you today. From there, he moved on to Nyampala JSS from 1987 to 88. Quickly, he was sent to Bulung JSS as Headmaster J. Then, he also taught in Wulugu Secondary School in the West Mampurisi district. From there, he moved to Kumbungu Senior High School and taught from 1993 to 94. There, he had a sojourn in Ghana Senior High School, his alma mater, where he taught from 1994 to 2012. In 2012, he was sent to Kumbuku Senior High School as the assistant headmaster. Just for about 1 year, he came back to GHANASCO as the assistant headmaster. Once in GHANASCO as a teacher, this personality served in various capacities. He was the Banzaba housemaster, he was the Ukuruma housemaster, he was the Pesa housemaster, he served as the head of Agric department, he also served as the senior housemaster. Apart from that, he did intensive teaching and mentored a lot of teachers in this school. You will see that from what I'm saying, this man is well grounded, so long as educational pedagogy is concerned. He is also a resource person, so long as educational administration is concerned to we the younger teachers in Ghana Senior High School. Little wonder then, anytime any student, any teacher is going for his promotion interview, sees this personality. Ladies and gentlemen, this personality I'm talking about is no other person than Mr. Al-Hassan Isa Abdul Razak, assistant headmaster at Ghana Senior High School. It is my singular honor to say, Mr. Chairman, these are your audience. Audience, your chairman. Thank you.
We'll pick introduction. We'll introduce the chairman, then we'll invite the chairman to give his opening remarks. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Members of this important occasion is the students. And that is the reason why the hall is full of no other people than you, the students. So I implore you to pay much attention to what this forum will have for you. It will not only help you in your daily life activities, but as some of you have been saying, maybe there are some of you here who may even claim that we are just trying to waste your time. Instead of you being in the classroom, we brought you here to waste your time. But if we listen carefully to what the resource persons are going to tell us in the long run, we realize that we have learned a lot of things. In your exams, sometimes you have topics on current issues. This particular topic can come in your exams. So, especially English. So if you listen carefully, if wife make a mistake and drop something on mental illness, or maybe the reduction of stigma in mental
people, especially as we move forward as a country, by way of changing our attitude towards developmental issues. Now, you do know that people with mental conditions have had to suffer alone by way of stigmatization. So if you see the t-shirt that I'm wearing, what is written here indicates that we want to raise awareness, probably heighten the awareness, ultimately to reduce stigma about mental health. Now, for young people like you, we believe that sometimes some of these problems start as a result of what you do to yourselves. Now, the mental health experts here are going to take you through some of the issues, some of the things that you do that may hurt you. And so we are only providing the platform. And we believe that at the end of it, during the open forum, you will feel free to ask any questions at all, any contributions, anything that bothers you about mental health, especially what we are discussing, substance abuse. So I welcome all of you. Have a great time and enjoy this session. This probably may be once a lifetime opportunity for you to have people like this sitting here to answer some of your questions. So feel free and ask any questions at all that you may want. I thank you very much.
Kesmi FM. Kesmi FM. Kesmi FM. Kesmi FM.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chidi, for that brief overview. I think that I'm being queried for calling Mr. Chidi old, energetic man. Madam Efwa Chidi says her husband is young, and as you can see, a very young, energetic man. Now, Koko Drew will take us through the rest of the program so that, like he said, it's a learning process. We are going to learn a lot here. Now, the chairman made a very significant point that far back, you would never or you hardly see a young person becoming mad. But this is just what is happening as we speak now. Just walk through the principal street of Tamale and you see a lot of young guys in a very bizarre situation. We don't know what the causes are. We may not be pretending, but the experts here would give us brief or detailed explanations as to some of the reasons we can do as young, or the things that as young as we are, we can do to get ourselves in this situation. So Koko Drew will take us through the rest of the program. Koko Drew.
Kesmi FM. Kesmi FM. Kesmi FM.
Thank you very much, Lukman, and it's very appropriate that you made that corrections, because the discussions back there was getting serious and we would have been queried, I should say, for doing that. Quickly moving on, we are here to discuss raising awareness to reduce stigma on mental health, substance abuse, and the students. The role of the students, we are the youth. I'm a student myself. Most of my colleagues here are students, and I believe we make the greater portion of the population, which is why we must do this. If we get it correct and we get it right at this time, it means that we will get to the bright future that we need. Some of us want to become presidents, others want to be doctors, lawyers, we want to be ministers, and I believe if we have sound mental health, I believe we will get to our dreams and then we will achieve all our aims. We will be looking at the first presentation, which will be given by the Chief Psychiatrist, Dr. Sorry, on mental health in the youth, dangers of substance abuse. And before Doctor even comes in, I would like him to put this thing at the back of his mind. Maybe in this submission will help me. Why have we changed from drug abuse to call it substance abuse? So that maybe during or throughout your presentation, you So with a round of applause, let's give it up for Dr. Sorry to give us the presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, attention. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, all welcome here today. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all. Substance abuse and drug abuse. Let me answer that question first, and then I'll go on. Because with drugs, you can have licit and illicit drugs. Licit drugs are those prescribed by your physician, and illicit drugs are those not prescribed. And the illicit drugs can include marijuana and other narcotics, which are not prescribed. However, I'll use the podium. Basically, we have drugs and we have substances. And substances is more an inclusive information. So you would say more substance abuse include illicit and illicit drugs and toxins and medication. So substance abuse is more of an inclusive lesson. Okay, let's talk about the predominant narcotic in Ghana here is cannabis. And cannabis is called marijuana. And marijuana, there's a high incidence of marijuana-induced psychosis, whereby you have delusions and hallucinations. And this marijuana, in Ghana, we have marijuana, alcohol, and then amphetamines. So I'm going to talk about those things. Marijuana, for most people, if you use marijuana, it is regarded as a substance. For some people, marijuana can induce psychosis. And this psychosis should be indistinguishable. You cannot distinguish it from the normal psychosis of delusions and hallucinations. In addition, with the marijuana, you have got to, the students, you have got to be able not to use that substance. Okay. And the alcohol use is most rampant. About 90% of the population use alcohol at one time in their life or another, but only 30% cause problems. So with alcohol use can induce dementia. Dementia, it will make you to be forgetful, and you cannot remember things. So the alcohol use is very bad. And also for the use of amphetamines. Amphetamines are substances which cause euphoria. And these amphetamines can cause psychosis. These amphetamines, some students use it to study. You know, you take it and then you are able to study for many hours. You have to resist using it because it can cause you psychosis. you have delusions and hallucinations. So I want to, you all have to be aware that with all mental illness, there's always substance abuse most times. Most mentally ill abuse substances, and they go hand in hand. So you have to try to stop using the substances. You have to say no to drugs. You have to say no to drugs. You have to say no to drugs. I implore you all to be aware of the dangers of drugs. The drugs can cause you call it depression, anxiety, psychosis, delusions, and hallucinations. So all mental illness can be found with substances. Okay. Thank you very much.
We are saying that say no to drugs, and we should all take that pledge. If you are indulged in it, it's not too late. You can still say no to it. If you haven't started, don't even dream about it. Let me remind you that we are live on www.kesmifmonline.com and then also on www.tuning.com. You look for Kesmi 107.1 FM and you can listen to us live. We are discussing raising awareness to reduce stigma on mental health, substance abuse, and the students. Substance abuse and the student, coming to you live from the dining hall of Ghana Senior Second, that is GHANASCO. We'll go for one quick musical interlude. I'll come back and then we'll continue with the program. So, DJ Kofi.
Kesmi 107.1.
Hello. Also welcome Vitting. Oh no, sorry, that was Dabokpa Technical Institute. They are here. So let's give them a round of applause for honoring the invitation. Dabokpa, welcome. Thank you. This was the meaning of that. And one of the words was hallucination. And I was telling him that it is when you see a stick as a snake, you see one small tree as a very big Timber. But to throw more light on it, I would like to briefly call on Mr. Christopher Abebi-Obuama to come and add something small to what Doc has said. So for me, it's only the hallucination that
steak and then say it's a sleep and then these things. Hallucination is when, like those who take the drugs, they will be sitting there and then they will be hearing some people as if people are talking to them, like they will be hearing voices. But meanwhile, they're alone in the room, there's nobody around, there's no television on, there's no radio on, but they hear as if somebody is telling them something or somebody is chatting with them. Some also see in the form of they'll be seeing things that are not there. Maybe you're in the room and then the person thinks we have angels in this room. Maybe we have these people around you, but they are not there. Some people also feel the way that like some insects are crawling on their skin. Some people experience the delusions. That's when they go and hide and then they come and then they say, what they say is, I am God. I am the minister of this. My father is also and so. Meanwhile, the person is coming from a poor family in the village, has never even seen the regional minister before, but I will tell you the regional minister is my uncle. What causes substance abuse, especially among the youth, being in the SS? We are the most people at risk when it comes to substance abuse, especially the marijuana and then the alcohol. Sometimes we learn from our friends. Our friend goes up, he's high, and then he comes back to the hostel. The friend encourages us to also go and take the alcohol or to go and try the marijuana. Doctor also mentioned of people also, because they want to stay awake, they want to learn. So they also go and take the alcohol or the marijuana so that they be able to learn. Some people take the alcohol or the marijuana, maybe there's a demonstration going on in this school. The teachers or the headmaster have brought up some program that they don't like. So they want to rebel against the authorities. So they go and take the alcohol or the marijuana so that they will be able to feel high. So that whatever they do, they are not actually aware of themselves. Some people, because they feel shy to talk in public, so before they approach the public, okay, let me go and take one thought. Or when I hide one round of marijuana, that's when I'll be able to face these people, I'll be able to do this, or I'll be able to do that. How would you know somebody is taking alcohol? Or somebody is abusing marijuana? How would you know? Our friends here, they are with us, we know them. Most of us know who are abusing drugs or alcohol on campus here. Sometimes they come, their eyes very red. Their eyes are very red and puffy. You see people like that. Some people see that their legs are very black. I don't say when you see somebody whose legs is black, it means the person is smoking or is taking marijuana or alcohol. Some people are born like that. But some people, when they take, you see that their legs become black and then their fingertips here, where they used to hold the bag, it's always black. Some people do what they do is, maybe this guy is a shy type, always reserved. Even when you talk to him, this guy finds it difficult to even respond. But all of a sudden, you see this guy now doing hi to people. Now every activity, this guy wants to take part. All the drama in this school, this guy wants to join. All the jam, this guy wants to go. That there's a sudden change in behavior of this person. This is the shy type who is now, has now become the outgoing type. What is actually happening? When somebody suddenly changes from that behavior to that type, you should suspect the person abusing marijuana or taking alcohol. Some people too in their homes, the parents say something and then they shout at them. This boy was not like that. This girl was not like that. And let me tell you, alcohol or marijuana is not only for boys. The girls these days are even taking more alcohol than the guys.
And they are also abusing marijuana, and some are taking cigarettes. We meet a lot of them at the hospital. When you go deep inside, the girls, when they come, they will tell you, once in my life, I took alcohol, or I was taking marijuana, or I was taking cigarettes. That is what is causing the problem currently. So it's not only guys, it's not only the boys that take alcohol or smoke. The ladies are also doing it. Sometimes they are being influenced by their boyfriends. So while the guy is taking the marijuana, you also influence the guy, the lady, to also take. So that the two of them all become high. And then when they get there, there's no boss, then there's no support. Some people rebel against their parents, as I said earlier on. The mother say one, they are saying three. This boy used to go to church or used to go to the mosque almost every morning or every day. Now, let's go to church, I won't go. It's time to go and pray, they say, okay, you go and come. So when you see this sudden change in behavior from one to another, you should suspect the person taking marijuana, alcohol, or any other substance. The substances are many. Some people take coffee. They take coffee to learn. They are all substances. Some take amphetamines, hallucinogens. They are all substances. Anything that will alter your brain. When they do that, it goes into the brain and alters the functions of the brain. So people say marijuana is just a herb. Yes, it's just a herb. But you know when you take it, it goes against the brain. That is what causes the change in behavior of a person. Those who take marijuana and those things. And in the long run, as our chairperson said, it used to be old people who were going mad in the old days. But now when you walk on the streets, what do you see? 15, 18, 20. Sometimes people can be in SS1, GSL3, SS3, they're about to write their exams, and they are at the hospital with various mental problems. What causes it? You go deep inside and the person was taking alcohol, the person was taking marijuana, the person was taking coffee to learn. These are all bad. These are all very bad attitudes. We don't take anything to learn to help us boost our learning capability. They are all very bad. I think I'll end here because there's more time for you to be asking questions and then responding to this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Christopher Abadu-Buama, for throwing more light on the issue. We have another very fine gentleman in the house, and he's doing very well when it comes to mental health. And I was saying we see a stick as a snake because I heard it from this man. And I'm talking about Dr. John Abdullahi. He's a senior psychiatric nurse here in northern Ghana. We'll quickly invite him to also mount the podium to give us the current state of care in the northern region in terms of mental health. So with a round of applause, let's give it up for Dr. John Abdullahi.
KCFM. Thank you very much. Yeah, my former people have already said everything, almost everything on mental health or the causes of mental illness. But what is happening is that the talk we are talking today, they are interrelated in each other. So what I am going to tell you is the care of mental illness in northern region. So, but there are some simple basic things that if you want to know about mental illness, if you know it. In the first place, I had prepared myself to give my listing on the LG project, but that was not provided. But despite that, I will try to make the best effort I can. Basic things we need to know. Simple things maybe you have been hearing. If I ask you, somebody, what is medicine? And these are what they have already talked about, medicine. Can somebody tell me what medicine is? I don't want to talk and go away and then people will not understand. Any person to tell me what medicine is? I think there's nobody, so there's no time to go on. We here say that medicine is anything that we use to treat an illness. Illness means sickness or disease. So anything, it could be a substance, spiritual thing you use. When you use it to treat an illness, it is medicine. Then from here we come to what a drug is. Drug, because medicine and drugs will go together, side by side, or drug or substance. We say that a drug is something that is been prepared chemically or synthetically, and when applied to your body or any part of your body, it changes the structure or the function of your body or an organ. I think this should be my second time talking about organs. It is these organs that group together, tissues group together to give you the organ, and the organ group to give you your body. So your body is made up of so many systems. So when you apply the drug, your head, your stomach, your leg, it will make that pain or that thing that is worrying you to go away. It can change the function of that part of your body. So that is how a drug or substance is. Now how you take, doctor already said, you take illicit drugs that are not allowed. It will change your function. And your function is to make you mentally unstable. Despite all this, we need to know what actually we are taking the drug for. The health. And the health, your health is what consists of your physical, your mental and social well-being of the body. And it doesn't mean that there's no disease in your body. Then we talk of health and you will be hot. Doctor has already talked about substance and there is abuse. There is no need to go into that one. It also captures here. And when you take substance, the substance is something that makes your body to become weak, and then your social behavior is changed just because you continue taking the drug, taking the substance. So now when we come to the current care of mental illness in northern region, we realize that psychiatry was brought to northern region in 1981 with 5 psychiatry nurses. And as time goes on, most of them decided to leave the place. And virtually, before I was to join the region, there was only one psychiatry nurse taking the whole of this region. So it is not an easy thing in providing mental health to all the people in the region. Since from the beginning and up to now, most of the people were trained. We needed most of the people to be trained to come and support the region. But most of them, when they were trained, they all fled to UK, except those of us who wanted to save our own place. We remain. But despite that, there have been a remarkable progress in mental health, as we can talk today, of having a psychiatrist in the northern region. That means formerly when you were sick, and the psychiatric nurses will take care of you, we have to send you to Accra Mental, Pantan, or Ankafor to be hospitalized there. But we are now very fortunate that we have a psychiatrist in the northern region. So let's be happy about that. Because that sickness is not an isolated sickness. Then we say that, oh, me, I don't need psychiatric health care because I will not fall as a mental patient. But as I already said, all of us are involved. There's none of us who is not involved in mental illness. So we have the psychiatry, and then one also happened. There are the psychiatry, the nursing institutions are now training psychiatry nurses. So we are now getting psychiatric nurses. I will come to tell you how we have spread them. Then Kintampo College of Health is now training medical assistant degree in psychiatry to come and support us in our psychiatry services. I think the second batch has come out. Likewise, that same college is training community mental health officers, and their second group too has been out. So presently we have about 20 community mental psychiatric hospitals in the northern region. And those people are in the communities. They are going to be in the communities as well as our psychiatric group to support us to give psychiatric services to people. We presently in northern region we have 26 districts, and the 26 districts we have to occupy all. We have to give them all services. So, but it's not easy. So what happened now presently is that our services are only limited to some few areas, and we are trying to expand with the help of the psychiatry nurses and the community mental health officer. We are in the region, community psychiatry unit at the central hospital, teaching hospital where doctor is based. He takes up all the three northern regions, northern, upper east and upper west. He is to give us care in psychiatry. It's psychiatry specialization. Then we have Zamzugu, Nanumba, Sarga, Bushawi, Yendi, Kumbungu, Nyam, West Gunja, that is Damongu, West Mapusi, Sabu, Tolos, Central Gunja, East Mapusi, Nyam, Sola, and Saboba. That is where we have been. We have nurses who are giving the services, as well as the community health mental nursing. So in categorizing those of us who give the services, we are the community psychiatry nursing, community mental health officer, and the psychiatrist presently. So that is the lack for us. Then when we come to talk about the services, the clinicals, how we will give this thing. I already said community mental health officer, health officers, teaching hospitals, and the rest of the people, the rest of the areas where we are giving the service. Mental illness, actually, as I already said, it has no respect for anybody. Once you are born to be a human being, you have a portion of mental illness in you. You can't escape. And this is how we get people, or we can classify people who get mental illness. If somebody is exhibiting one or more of these three things I'm going to mention, you should know that you are being captured as a mental person. That is a negative effect on person or those around you. Your behavior result a negative effect on the person or those around you. So behavior alone, it is negative. You are considered to have a mental illness. If there's obvious change in your personality, personality simply means the total characteristics that make you the human being, that make your personality. So if there's a change in any one of them, you have a mental problem. Then if friends and relatives feel that what is happening to the person is strange and hard to understand, you have a mental problem. So we always come out and say that, oh, I am not sick, I don't have mental problem. So these categories are three categories I have mentioned. Who among you can tell me that you don't belong to one of them? So if you don't belong to it, you let us know at the end of the subject. So we are interested in saving mental illness because it is a burden on every economy. And you know, economy is our life. So if it is a burden on the economy, then mental illness is a problem. It causes both other illnesses of the diseases. And once it can be treated and cured, depending upon the cause, how we denominated the causes of mental illness, it can be created, can be treated. Stigma. Friends, people normally feel that once mentally ill, no way to come back. That's what most people feel. When you get mentally ill, you can't go back. You can't come back to normal, but it is not a fact. It's not a fact. So because of that, it makes some people to become afraid of their work. They also become ashamed of the jobs they are doing. So, this stigma affects us in many ways, and most of us are affected. They always a mental patient has said, people always think that you are always a mental patient. But they become better, and they even become better than those of us who say we are not. Dishonoring the family. People feel that when you get mental illness in your family, the family is dishonored, and nobody wants to come there, even come and marry from that family, or have any discussion with them. For both social involvement and amenities, you can't get it. Not involved in decision making. Sometimes some people who have suffered mental illness can give us a better decision that can make our country to go forward. And they continue saying these things. Then they in our term we call it the pressure that they put, stress they put on these people. They are cured, but they don't involve them in all what I'm saying. It makes them to go back, they relapse. So it is some of us who cause the mental illness also to be in our community. So briefly talking, totally, we have the number of cases so far we have in the northern region. Those mental cases, we have 1,178 cases within the northern region. And those people who suffer from epilepsy, we have 2,329. And epilepsy is a very common condition. Just as I said, mental illness. All of us suffer from it. There's not a single person who has never suffered from epilepsy. Sometimes it is the degree of the epilepsy. Or I can cite an example that and you will see that most of us, about 90% of us, suffer from epilepsy. You normally hold your pen. It's a common thing to us. And before you realize the pen is on the ground, you don't know when the pen has dropped. It is a temporal seizure, a mild temporal seizure, epilepsy that has attacked you. Who among us, teachers and students who have never had that? We all have it. So it is the beginning of the mental, the beginning of epilepsy. So you see somebody with epileptic attack, don't run away. That is just a disorder in the brain that has caused the impulses that will tell you to work. It's defaulted somewhere, and you get the attack. And when that is passed, you come back to normality. It is not infectious, not transferable. You can eat with the epileptics. You can eat and take the saliva, you won't get any sickness. The plateau doesn't give you mental illness. It is not an organism that is causing it. It's just a disorder in your brain. So somebody's brain disorder can enter your brain. No. So don't run away with it. When you see them getting attacked, rather support them and direct them to the hospitals, teaching hospital or community psychiatry in the district. Almost all the major district hospitals have got psychiatry nurses. The district directors, direct administration, they have nurses that can support you. And while you are put on the treatment, you get better and continue to become better and you get back to do your normal activity. Then those people, we also have a lot of people who are outside Tamale. They also sum up to be 1,126. So totally we have 4,638 cases of mental condition, including epilepsy. So the stigma, that is some of it I have just talked about. Never see a mental patient and start throwing the mental patient stones. It is common with us, we the youth. That is what we do. But just accept the person. Look, some of us, now when we go to the market, we see them that when our psychiatric patients see us, they come to us. And then people will be wondering why they are coming to us. They are just like you. You treat them the way they deserve. You will not see that behavior in them. But you see them and start throwing them to and insulting them. You will aggravate the pain he's already having. And that will cause you a very big problem. I think about this video. And another one is we manage the person, complete access. You see, it's so
we shouldn't stigmatize mad people or mad persons, or what we call the mentally. As for he passed by a gutter, so all the four nuts fell into the gutter, choked with dirty water. So he didn't know how to get it out. He would use stick, he couldn't get it out. And this madman was coming towards him, and he started sacking the man. Go away, go away. And the man said, oh, let me just speak, let me make one sentence. And he said, okay, go ahead. And they said, you are looking for the four nuts at this time of the night. Why don't you remove one from the other toe? Use it to fix it. Get home safely, and tomorrow you call your mechanic to come and work on your. So we shouldn't stigmatize them. We can also learn from them as well. So if you will not stigmatize the mentally challenged, shall you give a round of applause for yourself? All right, thank you very much. Time is fast spent, and we are going on to the next presentation. We now know the current state of care in the northern region. It means that there is hope for us. We have a psychiatrist here. We have the senior nurse also in the northern region. It means we are really taking good care of our mentally challenged persons. Now we want to know about the current interventions by states, or by the states and then the civil society organizations. And we'll have a representative from Basic Needs, Mr. Matthew Pipio, to give the presentation. So let's give it up for Mr. Matthew Pipio for the presentation.
Kesmi FM.
Before I start, organizers, I bring you greetings from my boss, Peter Yado. He wished he could be here himself personally, but other equally important assignments that took him outside Tamale did not allow him to return in time to make it. Mr. Chairman, Regional Psychiatrist, Regional Coordinator, teachers of Dabokpa, Tenkal, Ghana Senior High and Vitting Senior High present, ladies and gentlemen. Permit me first of all to say a bit about what Basic Needs stands for. Basic Needs is a mental health and development advocacy organization that implements and promotes initiatives to transform the lives of people with mental illness or epilepsy by providing access to integrated mental health care, social and economic services in communities of Ghana. In the process, we empower individuals and their families and involve communities and partner with government and other organizations to influence public opinion, policy, and enable people with mental illness or epilepsy to live and work successfully in their communities. Now to the interventions by the state. We all know that the government of Ghana or the state has a responsibility to our healthcare needs. However, we all need to join hands to support whatever interventions the state is putting in place. The state has in place, and for us, for the passage of the mental health bill into law in 2012 at 846, for us is first and foremost the most important intervention so far in relation to mental health. This followed with the establishment of and inauguration of the board of directors just last Tuesday by the Minister of Health, which will govern the implementation of the mental health law. The law mandates Ghana Health Service to integrate mental health services into primary health care services. The law also makes mental health treatment services more community-based rather than institutionalization, as we currently have it. That if you are sick mentally, you have to travel all the way to the south to either Accra Psychiatric Hospital, Ankafo, for treatment where you are confined. The state also comes out with guidance and counseling services for students and young people through specialist services for children. Also, there are laws initiated by the state on the use of hard drugs and other practices harmful to the well-being of people. Some of them are the Public Smoking Act, which is Public Health Act 2012 Act 851, banning public smoking so that you and I will be safe, or may be safe, from inhaling the smoke from such acts. There's also a law on importation of narcotics, and this we can find as a Narcotic Drugs Control and Enforcement and Sanctions Law 1990, PNDC Law 22236. Also the Food and Drugs Law Food and Drugs Act 1992, PNDC Law 3058. The intervention also by the state is on youth employment and youth skills development, so that the youth will be engaged and not be idle, which lead them to indulge in all sorts of behaviors or activities that leads to mental illness. And I want to throw this challenge to all the young people here, my colleagues, that you may consider venturing or as a career path being a psychiatric nurse or a psychiatric doctor to support mental health cases. These are not exhaustive, but for want of time, I move to the intervention of CSOs, and specifically on what basic needs as a member of a CSO has been doing. Over the years, we have been promoting access to psychiatric treatment services in the communities. As we had a regional coordinator indicate, psychiatric services way back, virtually in the northern part of Ghana, was not present. Even the few psychiatric units were not recognized by Ghana Health Service themselves. And so basic needs, when we started in 2002, facilitated in a number of ways psychiatrists from the southern sector of Ghana to come and go to the communities to provide psychiatric consultation services. The provision of supplementary medicines for outreach services. When the psychiatrists come, there was also the shortage of drugs or medicine for outreach services. And so Basic Needs supported in the provision of some of these medicines by providing funds to buy. Basic Needs, or as a CSO, intervened by also setting up and renovating some psychiatric units within the region of northern Ghana. Supported the training of community volunteers to support home visitations of people with mental illness. School outreaches and awareness creation activities on mental health were some of the activities that were facilitated by Basic Needs as a CSO. The formation of self-help groups to draw support and also as a conduit for livelihood support activities to draw from the social interventions of the government. Integration of mental health in development processes. Facilitates the registration of people with mental illness with the National Health Insurance Authority. Hitherto, people with mental illness were not registered under NHIS, and Basic Needs facilitated in a number of ways to assist people with mental illness and advocated a lot with the National Health Authority to register people with mental illness under its indigenous program or indigence. Integration of mental health in development processes facilitated the formation and education of school mental health clubs as a way of educating young people to be aware of the dangers of taking substances that will lead to mental health. Basic Needs facilitated formation of school clubs in the area of mental health so that they will educate and be peer supporters or peer educators to their place.
Mr. David, you know old school, you know give me t-shirt. Old school.
Live from the dining hall of the Tamale Ghana Senior High School, where we are bringing to you live a public forum on creating awareness and reducing stigma against people living with mental illness. And then we're sincerely sorry for the break in transmission. Please get seated while we continue the program. And again, those who are keeping the bottles, I beg you should keep it well for us. That's not our own bottles. Keep it safe. And again, you can see that a few of us are wearing the awareness t-shirt, and you can see we have a large number of students here. The t-shirts are very small, we cannot give to every student, but I'm hoping that you have been listening to the resource persons and you have been noting down some points where probably you are seeking clarifications or you want to know something better. You can ask a question when they finish their presentation, and if you ask a question, you will have you will be given a t-shirt. So just get ready with your questions. If you ask a question, a very interesting one, a question that would help the discussions we are engaging today, you will be given a t-shirt. So just get your questions ready and get seated. Please take the bottles, keep it well for us, and then we'll just continue the program. Now, we are just going to continue the program, and the man from Basic Needs will come and continue his presentation. It was a very, very interesting presentation. Once again, we sincerely apologize for the brief in transmission. And please, can we be quiet? Let's be quiet. Hello. Let's remain silent and listen to our resource person. We will be learning a lot from what he's going to tell us. Like our chairman said earlier, these are issues likely to appear or to come out in your exams. So if you listen attentively and you take them, it might help you in your subsequent exams. So please, let's keep quiet. Those who are sharing the things, do that decently. Let's maintain silence in the hall so that we can have a very interesting presentation. So,
thank you very much, Mr. Moderator.
Kesmi FM. Kesmi FM.
So we will continue with our discussion on the intervention by the civil society organizations. I was on the facilitation and information of school-based mental health class. And as I said, many of us have very little or no information or knowledge on the substance that we use leading to mental health. And so as an intervention, basic needs facilitated formation of school mental health class in some junior high schools so that they will be informed and then be peer educators to their colleagues to educate them, to help them stay away from substance abuse. There's also the facilitating and capacitating people with mental illness to access the 2% disability fund. We all know that the government of Ghana, as an intervention, set up the disability fund of the common fund, where 2% is allocated to people with disability. And mental illness is classified under disability. But because they were not properly organized, and because issues of mental illness were very limited or no attention was paid to that sector, people with mental illness hardly access this fund. And so, as a CSO, we facilitated the self-help groups that have been formed to be able to access this fund to lessen their hardship. Reaching out and working with traditional healers, prayer camps, and faith-based centers to treat people with mental illness in their custody humanely. Some of us possibly have been witnesses to the treatment meted out by traditional healers and some of these prayer camps. The way some of them would chain them or even pour hot water on them as a way of trying to reclaim they are possessed by some evil spirits, and so they are exorcising them. And all sort of treatments. But as a CSO, through basic needs, we work with traditional healers, trying to facilitate them to be able to work and treat mental ill people who come to them for treatment humanely. Recognizing their human rights because they are first and foremost human beings and they have the rights just as the so-called sane people have. Stakeholder and policy makers advocacy and lobbying for appropriate enactment of laws and policies favoring people with mental illness. We have, as an intervention, also been meeting with stakeholders, policymakers, trying to enact laws or programs that will favor people with mental illness, be it at the district level and also at the national level. And I must say basic needs played a very vital role in the implementation of the passage of the mental health law. Right from the start of the formation of the bill, basic needs played a very vital role at that stage. Facilitate the formation of regional mental health alliances to create awareness and encourage mainstreaming of mental health issues. Of course, the issues of mental health are so enormous, such that limited or leaving it to just a few organizations, it will be very difficult to achieve our targets. And so as an intervention, we try to bring together other organizations, the awareness of issues of mental illness among them, and encouraging them to begin to include issues of mental illness in their activities, in whatever primary activity that the organization is specifically into. We have also been involved in creating wider community awareness activities through radio programs and drama activities. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, the statistics of young people being mentally ill is alarming. On the database of Basic Needs Ghana shows that about 12.56% out of 25,670 people with mental illness and epilepsy, of which of them are adolescents, are mentally ill due to the intake of drugs and alcohol, as indicated earlier by the previous speakers. All must therefore put our hands on deck to fight this menace in our homes, in our communities, in our schools, in our workplaces. You, my colleague youth, must also abstain from bad influences and use of non-prescribed drugs or medicines and concentrate on your studies so you become useful to yourself, to your family, to the society, and to Mother Ghana at large. Thank you very much, and may the Lord bless us.
Kesmi FM 107.1, Tamale's #1.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthew Pupu, for that wonderful submission. Time is fast spent and we wouldn't want to waste much time. We have the chairman of the Pharmaceutical Association Northern Region, Mr. Dabokpa here. We will give him about 5 to 10 minutes to also say one or two things. I've been a student before and I know that we would want to dance, so I'll give more time for the music to also roll. So we'll give him only 5 minutes, then we'll do the dancing. Is that alright?
Hello? Hello? I think I would say is that tell your brother that say no to drug abuse. Say no to drug abuse. It's important for us to note. Hello? You want me to go away? Then keep quiet and listen to me. Yes, the youth, is very vulnerable when it comes to the issue of drug abuse. In most cases, the causes may be low self-esteem and sometimes peer pressure. That is very, very common when it comes to youth like me. And so what I would say is that let nobody pressurize you into using drugs. I'm happy that doctor talked about both prescription and non-prescription drugs. And from where I sit, there are so many drugs, apart from the the non-prescription drugs, the marijuana, alcohol, and all those things. There are other prescription drugs that are mostly abused. A typical example is what we call petadine. I know most of you have heard of petadine. How many of you have heard of petadine? It's a drug which is used to control pain. And it has become very common that even most health professionals are using it. I have a colleague who have used petadine and right now he's no more. I also know, a health professional who abused petadine to the extent that when petadine has been prescribed for a patient, what this health professional did was get what we call aqua or water for injection, inject the patient, and steal the petadine and inject. So you see that people will do so many things to satisfy their desires when it comes to drug abuse. It leads to dependence, where if you don't take it, you cannot stay. When you start, it means that when you take it, you always have to keep on increasing the doses till a time will come that it will have so many consequences on you. I'll end by saying that it's important for us to strengthen guidance and counseling in our schools and create more awareness. I'm happy that the assistant headmaster is here, and so the counseling and guidance unit of this school should be well equipped so that the youth will be advised to stay away from drugs. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dabokpa. That was very, very brief. And as you put your questions together, we will go for some spot of music, and I believe we can use that to stretch our muscles. Put very, very good questions together. You come here. Yeah, those who will ask the questions are those who will get the t-shirt. Please ask questions that matter to the subject. The fact that the t-shirt doesn't mean that you point any question and come in. So as you put your questions together, DJ Kofi and DJ 2K, give us some sort of music.
Kesmi FM.
Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda. Hey, the Mountains are Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda. The Mountains are Al-Qaeda. Hey, Al-Qaeda. Hey, the Mountains are Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda. Hey, we do dance. More than getting more chance. Me mommy is doing more money fans. More money fans. Them go to me more than some. So we get to these out in a okay, whatever I am called. Because I beat me to Mrs. Saboni Pop. Remember, there's a dark news to me pop. After that guy start looking me house, so I make a crap with a whole left side, and I choke it. I know I don't know how to whatever I don't play. Don't go now, but we have to be there. 2 months, it's a party there. That's the way we do it. I said, we need to go to what they say. She said, come and see them in the market. that's what they know we show. 20 man shall fall that day if you cross my lane. All man shall fall that day if you cross my lane. Back to the mat, open and close, touch your toes, baby where are you? Back to the mat, where I'm close, touch your toes, baby where are you? Back to the mat, open and close, touch your toes.
Thank you very much, DJ 2K and DJ Kofi for the music. One person that we haven't acknowledged yet, this is happening live on Kesmi 107.1 FM, and there's one person in the studios doing all the switching and the crossing overs. He's an old boy of GHANASCO, that is Dr. Q. Yeah, he's an Oga, and that is Rahim, and he is popularly known as Dr. Q. He's the only doctor on radio. He's doing all the switching. So if you love your old boy, shall you just give a round of applause for him? Hey, sorry, DJ yeah, doing all the kuchire. The DJ is also an Oga. So give it up for him. Okay, thank you very much. This is the open forum. We will be welcoming some questions for our resource persons to also answer them. If you have anything bothering your mind, any question that you want it to be there, I will need someone to help me out. I will need someone to help me with the selection. Yeah. Absolutely. It's already 12 o'clock and today is Friday, we need to go pray, and we will entertain about 5 or 6 questions. Yes, that is it. 3 girls, 3 boys, gender balance, and I believe she should be first.
We are all assumed that the person suffering with epilepsy, if the person has an attack and you go near the person and the person fluctuates, you may be affected. And I want to ask whether it is an airborne disease or not.
We have 3 schools here. This one here came from GHANASCO. We pick one from Dabokpa. We pick one from Vitting. Then it goes on.
Kesmi FM.
Thank you very much.
with the third question first. The question was whether when somebody has dysmenorrhea, which is pain during menstrual period, and they are taking paracetamol, is it an abuse? No, it's not an abuse. Okay? The paracetamol is used to relieve the symptoms of dysmenorrhea, the painful menstruation, so it's not an abuse. Okay? On the question of whether to advise an elderly patient, it's very difficult. The person has to agree that they want to stop the substance before you can help them. Okay? They have to, number one, agree that they will stop the substance before you can help them. And then when they agree that they will stop the substance, then you can further advise them, but they have to agree. The last question, whether mental illness is not an airborne disease. Okay, epilepsy is not an airborne disease, and it is usually due to a lesion in the brain, and there may be no lesions at all, but you will have epilepsy. It's a brain disorder, and it's not an airborne disease. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doc. We are now on the gentleman. We'll be picking one gentleman from GHANASCO, one gentleman from Dabokpa, and then one gentleman from Vitting. So the gentleman here, you come for your school, that is Vitting.
Thank you very much. The question I would like to ask is, please, when you take the road from this school to town and you are going by like first traffic, after first traffic, when you are moving towards second traffic, please, if you take a good look at that environment, you see a lot of mentally disabled people there. And we have been looking forward to see whether some people will take responsibility to take care of them or not. And as people who are raising awareness to reduce stigmatization about mental health or mentally ill people, what do you do, or what are you going to do about those people there?
You address it for us. The next person will be coming from. Okay, you come the one with the blue pen. No, I'm
Kesmi FM.
you speak into this microphone.
My question is, although to you there's a narrative, it was mentioned that people have adopted the habit of taking drugs or substances which are the end lead to mental illness. And I want to know whether taking of that drug has a reason for those people or not. That's my question.
The last question, and I believe I will let my gentleman here go.
Thank you very much. Please, my name is Charles. The question I want to ask is, as you were presenting the listing, you made mention of hallucination. Please, I want to know what actually causes hallucination and can it be compared with imagination? If, according to the explanation that you gave,
hallucination is compared to imagination.
People are on the road. You see, it is not easy. Everything has got a law abiding it. That aspect of the mental people on the road, we look at them and we can't do them anything. It is a law abiding. Nobody can go and arrest those people to treat them unless their parents come out to tell us that let's treat these people. Because when mentally ill people, as I was telling you, they are very, very, very clever. He is sick, but you go and arrest the person without the
the authority of the parents or the law. If that person becomes well, he will take you up, and the law will put you at the correct place for arresting the person on the road to go and treat the person. So we have a legal aspect on that. You can't just see them and go and take it unless a relative comes out or a law from the district assembly or the government that will treat them. Then we can run them out for treatment. Yeah, somebody also asked that other people, why do they take drugs? That do they have a reason for taking those drugs, or those drugs are meant for them? Earlier on, I told you that when you take drugs, you take it or you apply it even in the form of a cream. When you apply it, it changes either the function or the structure of your body. And that is what is driving some of them to take the drugs. And those drugs, every drug is meant for a particular purpose. So, and sometimes some people use it in a different way, the way they like. And that's how people take the drugs. So, in the same way that we will somebody talk about our old people in the house. You know, our old people, they smoke, they take alcohol, they take cola. They are all containing substances of drugs that are not effective to our health. And when they are making these festivals and sacrifices, they normally use these things. They pour libation, and finally they take it and they are around. So they feel that it is something that is nice. So they will also attract themselves, will go and light me my piece of cigarette. Then finally they also become used to it. The body become used to those things when you are constantly taking them. In the form we say you are addicted to that too, so you will continue using it. Somebody also said that he wants or know what causes hallucination. Now how we said about mental illness. The body is made up of 9 systems that make a human being. And the brain is one of the bodies. So what happens? When you take a drug that is an addict forming drug, or that has effect on your brain, and you take it, what happens? It disorganizes the brain. The function of the brain is disorganizing. So when it is disorganizing, you can't see anything proper any longer. You can't hear anything proper any longer. So you will start seeing things, hallucinations simply mean, and you are seeing things that are not real. They are false. So it will disorganize your brain, then you will start seeing things that are false, and hearing things that are false. You can see me as I'm standing there, you take that and your brain is disorganized. You see me with a big cutlass coming to attack me. Before I will get to you, I have already finished me. See somebody to be an elephant. See somebody to be a lion. And that is how it happens. It will disorganize your brain. Even in a manner to extent, when you overread, you don't take that so not if you take that there is zero. When you overread, the brain has its tendency how it can occupy your study. If you study more than that and you continue to put the force on the brain, you will see that you start seeing things that are annoying. You get up and talking things people will not like to hear. So the brain is a serious matter. You should handle it very well. Don't overstimulate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, it's 1 o'clock. It's time for prayers and we are ending. But what we have learned is that we should say no to drugs, and then we should also bring those who are mentally challenged closer to us. They are very, very caring, and we can make very, very good use of them. In my area where I stay in Accra, you know Accra with traffic. Early in the morning, you see cars moving across the junctions and they'll be blowing horns at each other, insulting themselves, this one wanting this one to pass. And one madman in the area will just come, stand in the middle and be directing traffic. And those of us who who call ourselves sane people will be following the instructions, then you see that the traffic will flow very smoothly. So we should bring them to ourselves, we should just befriend them, and I believe they will also be kind with us. Don't worry, no hard feelings if I have not called you. I cannot call everybody here. So I'm very, very sorry if you raise up your hand and I do not call you. So this is where we bring the program to a close, and in everything we must give thanks to God. But first of all, we take the vote of thanks, and okay, I'll do the vote of thanks quickly. It's 1 o'clock. First of all, we would like to thank God for bringing this to a successful close. We thank the organizers, Star Ghana. They have done very well for us. All our resource persons, we thank them. Basic needs, they are also here. Whenever we call on basic needs, they are here with us. Each and every one of you who help us in one way or the other. To all the schools who responded to our calls, that is Vitting Senior High School, Dabokpa Technical Institute, and then the host school, that is Ghana Senior High School. We call them the GHANASCO for short. We are very much thankful to you and every one of you, DJ Kofi, DJ 2K, the general manager, and then also to the CEO of Kesmi FM, that is Mr. Kesmi. Operations manager, Mr. Dabokpa, he helped us to put everything in place, and then the man himself who took the thing on air, that is Malam Bisa, giving us all the technical coordination here. We have our IT man, Chris is also around, and all the team will say thank you, and we believe that we'll be back here, and this time I'm just putting things on paper. We'll come and do some jams with GHANASCO, and it will be live. No, it's not a joke. We will come back. We will come back, and we're getting to vacation after the examination and everything. We will come. Yeah. And then our bottles, please, our bottles, take very good care of them for us. They are not for us per se. So when you finish taking it, put them in the grades for us. So this is where we draw the curtains on the program. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, and Mr. Chairman, thank you very much.
Ghana baby oh yeah, baby oh yeah, lady oh yeah, lady oh yeah, baby oh yeah, baby oh yeah, say come and say that thing for oh yeah, baby oh yeah, lady oh yeah, lady oh.